Okay, good evening, everyone. We'll start with today's market debrief. First up, we will look at the gold. Gold had been on the rise. I've been talking about this for many weeks. So the past 2 days has previously from my last meeting, I mentioned that there will be some consolidation happening. After it did this bar, this pattern that came out. So it did a few days of consolidation, and yesterday and today did a big rally. Okay, so this two rally has forced a lot of the gold price up. Not just that, we are also seeing um, a rally happening in the commodity space. Not just the precious metal, we can also look at silver. All right, silver is also having a huge rally in tandem together with the gold price. And there are also some other like crude palm oil. Okay, previously I was having this down, and then it recovered, to make a new high. So this is the crude palm oil futures. We also have the okay, so the natural gas is also having a rally the past few days, together with I think sugar futures also. So this is the sugar futures after this consolidation also breaking out. So we are starting to see the commodities prices are starting to rise, starting to rally, and this usually happens in the last part, the last phase. The, how the bull market runs is that usually the stocks will run first. The stock will run first, followed by the bonds market as the stock market starts to correct, and then the bond starts to run, and after the commodities being the last, right, will start to run. So this is what I'm seeing right now. More and more of these commodities futures, prices are starting to rally, and we also have the oil prices also starting to rally after resting for quite some time. Okay, so this is the West Texas oil. It's been consolidating sideways for slightly more than a month, and today we are starting to see an uptick, a minor breakout. Okay, and it's past the 200-day moving average. So these are some of the drivers that is pushing the market. So let's take a look at the S&P 500. I use this as the marker for the global markets is because it contains 500 over stocks, US stocks, bigger stocks, market cap. So the S&P 500 is now trading like making a new high, whereas roughly before the pre-COVID times. So we can roughly see that there is a huge disparity. Firstly, economic drivers are down, GDP are down, everything are down, but the stock market is trading at where it was previously. All right, so I've mentioned that why is it moving up is because of QE, unlimited QE, quantitative easing or printing of money by the Federal Reserve, that is like giving people money to directly so that they are able to spend on the economy, spend on essentials, spend on consumer items due to this circuit breaker. So this is driving a lot of consumer spending that's happening once the COVID lockdown is reopened. Since, like for example, Singapore, since June, I believe a lot of the retail space, restaurants are usually packed or full, though they couldn't serve as much customers as before, but nonetheless, they are full. So let's look at Hang Seng. It is the Hang Seng Index. Previously, talk about is trading in the channel. Previously, I was here, I was mentioning is weak, is going to test here. And after testing the bottom trend line, it had a 2 days rebound. Okay, so this is quite a positive sign. So hopefully from here it can rally back up to roughly is around 2,000, 27,500 area. Okay, and hopefully this together with the yeah, together with the China index. Okay, China index is now doing a consolidation. Mentioned before that after this big rally, is bound to rest. Okay, so we just have to let it rest, and hopefully together with Hong Kong, they will break out together. Whereas things are not that rosy for Singapore. Okay, Singapore after breaking down, it tested this 25,000, 2,500 support area. Okay, and then had a minor rebound. So this minor rebound, what I probably think is has got to do with this news. First claim on successful COVID-19 vaccine developed by this US pharmaceutical company. So how true is that? I'm not too sure. By this company, Arcturus Therapeutics is listed in the US. You can look at that. So we do know that the whole world is rushing for a vaccine for COVID-19, and they're rushing for this. So this is a positive sign, and why you can see that a lot of the market has some rebound, big rally today. Okay, so we will go on to the stocks. Review some of the positions that we talked about last week. This is Silver Lake Axis. Mentioned before, they are doing some software venture with a European company. So previously, I've mentioned that we are looking into a position somewhere here, 27.5, and thereafter it break off. This is the nice break, and then it sell down or retraces back to test this breakout point, 28. So from here, you can see the real breakout point is about 28.5. Okay, so thereafter these 2 days, it has been there's some rally or buyout happening again. So this is a very positive sign. Hopefully, it can rally one or two more days to hit my first target for this whole base consolidation. Hit the first target of roughly 35 to 36 cents. Okay, so we will see how this one turns out. If you're talking about going to get back in, I believe we have missed that. If you want to trade this small little part, I don't think the reward is that satisfying. So we just have to, for those who want to get on this again, we just have to let it rally, rest, and then we see how we can get back in. One thing why I'm looking at this is a turn trend. It's a reversal company, and hopefully after breaking off this, right, it will do a strong reversal, and then we can ride this stock all the way up. So this is Silver Lake. Last week I've mentioned also UMS. Mentioned UMS. There's some way to go from here to 105 or even this resistance. So the past 2 days, yes, rallied quite strongly. So what happens is that we are seeing some selling happening in this area, 107, 108, $1.08. So this is in coincides with previously this high where a lot of people had bought position in, and they are selling here to break even or take profit, small profit, whereby they have been holding these stocks for quite some time, like half a year. Okay, so from here, I believe most likely it will start to rest again. So I'd like to see how this one turns out, and then we can look for another opportunity to trade this. So those who have bought this earlier, you can look at for short-term trades, right? You can look at time to take profit over here. Okay, AAM it's been last week mentioned is doing a very positive sign, and this gap up is due to results. Okay, very good results, and he has reached this target price and of around 425. So there are some selling happening already. So we'd like to see how this one turns out before we see whether this will continue its trend up. So you can see that I'm going through the whole sector, the electronic sector or technological space. So a lot of these are all tech stocks. This is venture. So previously mentioned venture quite positively. Most likely there'll be selling, or the first resistance point will hit is roughly about $19. Okay, so this is the congestion area. So right now it is approaching or hitting the resistance area. Okay, of about 19 cents. Now it hit a high of 18.90. You can start to see some selling or profit taking happening. So this is a nice run for a big cap stock. So what we want to see is if can this do a consolidation or pullback, and if all the economic indicators turn well, no GDP is up, no more technical recession, employment figures are up, so we can look at investing in this to look for a breakout later on. Probably it will take about 1-2 months. Okay, so we just keep this in view. And high P, mentioned high P is quite nice, doing a nice pattern. Cup now it's doing a handle pattern. Okay, did a handle pattern test, test a break. So this, I wouldn't say it's a real break. So we like to see if you can have at least one rest day, sideways doji or something, and then we can position ourselves for next, hopefully a breakout. Okay, so this is a very nice pattern trading above the 200-day moving average. So likely this might turn a trend upwards. So in this case, the possible area of resistance is roughly about $1.60, based on this area. So I would say this is quite a fair distance. And if we were to measure this potential profitability, so it's like there about 156 to 160. Okay. So this is high P. I think this has quite some potential. Probably a lot of people are shopping for Apple products again. I'm not too sure what this stock do. What it says here is electronic equipment. Okay, so it had this huge rally happening for the one whole week. So ISDN is quite interesting stock. Traded I remember this stock a long time ago. Traded one time right over here. It went from like 20 cents all the way to $1 plus. So I do not know whether they will repeat, this stock will repeat its pattern again. I need to check for news again and see what kind of story is cooking up for this stock. Okay, so hopefully you can find a few rest days, to make sure that we have opportunity to enter. Okay, so I believe you all know my style. I don't like to chase price. When it's rallying, I won't chase. I would like to look for a rest and then something like this rest and then look for opportunity to enter. This is ISDN. Now, just now I mentioned the oil and gas are running. So we can look at Sembcorp Industry. Sembcorp Marine, I think, is quite dead. This one, Sembcorp Industry had rallied. Okay, and we have, but because they have some deals ongoing, I'm not too keen. Similarly for Keppel Corp, there's a rally today also, probably because of the COVID news or maybe because of oil, for various reasons. So we can look in. To me, I personally don't like these two big cap stocks. Firstly, there are some deals ongoing. We are also not sure whether Temasek has canceled its deal, of buying or taking over Keppel Corp, or maybe Keppel Corp might look into buying Sembcorp Marine. So quite messy there. So I don't like to get involved in that. We can look at the smaller ones to probably get exposure. Rex International. So it's been consolidating sideways similarly to the oil price. Okay, so there are some uptick, with increased volume. We can look into that to trade if you want to have exposure for the oil and gas. Dynamic Holdings. So similarly, it has done a consolidation for this Dynamic. and it's almost at the end of the consolidation, and we start to see volume coming in, supporting the price here, 1102, and then there's a rally here today. So most probably we'll be seeing some action, or if the oil price close well tonight, most likely tomorrow we'll be starting to see some action in the oil and gas sector. All right. So because of the vaccine news on Mothership, um, some of these stocks, I don't know, more on the commercial shopping office REITs, there's some rally happening. So this is Maplecom did a force breakdown and then it rallied back up. Okay, so just to show that what this news had triggered, some kind of buying that's happening. This is Star Hill Global REIT. It's been rallying down, and then it did this like so-called like a selling euphoria, and then there is a counter with huge volume coming in to buy back, all accumulating around this price, 45 to 46 cents or 46 half. So most likely we might be, if this persists on or carry up on its rally, most likely the investors are taking this news very seriously and positively, which is good, good for us. So Maple NAC is a retail REIT in China or Hong Kong, and we have this thing happening. It breaks down and then it rally back up again. So if it continues to rally, right, so it will be a very, very positive sign. Similarly for Suntec REIT. Okay, so many are all these retail commercials are having this sort of rally today because of this news that came out. All right, so this showing you this news again. Okay, so at this moment, okay, I have a request to take a look at this stock again. Mention this stock CSE Global two weeks ago. Somewhere around here, I mentioned about this being not a good sign. Means more consolidation happening. So this consolidation happened, and then just before this news release, it had a nice rally and a breakout. So this is the news that happened. CSE Global, that is net profit surged 47.7%. Okay, so this is despite this is for its first half results, despite all the COVID lockdown happening in the world. Okay, so this is CSE Global. So from here, most likely due to this long bar because of this news that happened. Okay, so because of this news, there's this huge trading happening. A lot of people sell down to take profit. Like what we usually like to say, buy on rumor, sell on news. So when the news come out, people tend to sell, but what I can see that the sellers are little, people buy back up. Meaning to say there are still longer term prospects for rally for this stock. So most likely we'll start to see a few days consolidation, and thereafter we can look for the new trade to enter for the stock, which means to say next target area could be roughly around 58 cents. Okay, so there's the region. So probably it's going to rest sideways for a few days or come back down, test this 50 cents, and then rally back up. Okay, so these are usually the pattern that most stocks will do after such a breakout. Okay, in summary, I just want to reiterate the electronic sector is a very strong sector. So probably this is the sector to trade, and it's still young in its rally. Okay, some of the stocks like AEM has already run up very very high. Okay, so some of the stocks that are still young is like UMS, Hype, ISDN, or even Valuetronics, which has not moved yet. Okay, so Valuetronics has not moved yet. Today, past today, you start to see volume coming in really. So most likely people are going to position themselves in the stocks. So these are the electronic component or electronic manufacturing sector that you can look to trade in. Okay, UMS, Hype, the stock, Electronics. Okay, so and the other sector that's upcoming is the oil and gas. So you can look at Semcorp Industry, Copper Corp, Rex, Dynamic, or even Mermaid. Some of these smaller small cap stocks. Whereas for the medical stocks, which is the strongest of the stocks, it has already run up very high. It's in a euphoric mood. So in terms of the risk and reward, to me, it's not worth it. It's not worth the risk to take a gamble and then hopefully to get a profit out of it. That's not the way I trade, and I don't like to take such gamble. I like to trade in a way whereby it's more like a sniper. Where you camp at the spot, you aim at your target, and once your target comes, you just pull the trigger and shoot at it. Okay, so I just like to take it one kill at a time. All right, so that's all for today. Okay, if you have any questions, you can raise up now, or you can drop me a chat, a PM, private message. All right, so this is the end of the meeting. Thank you, everyone.